Barak the Yahweh, 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 call on Yahweh, Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak Yahweh, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone, peace, citation, hope for that, Shalom. And the title of this video is going to be The Lord is Speeding Up Time. So, in this title of this article says, shortest day recorded as Earth spin speeds up. This is on August 2nd, 2022, posted by Earth Sky Voices. It says on June 29, 2022, Earth had its shortest day ever measured by an atomic clock. It was 1.59 milliseconds less than 24 hours. Image via Pixie by. Shortest day in atomic clock era. Earth has recorded its shortest day since scientists began using atomic clocks to measure its rotational speed. On June 29, 2022, Earth completed one spin in 1.59 milliseconds less than 24 hours. This is the latest in a series of speed records for Earth since 2020. In general, Earth's spin is slowing down, although only ever so gradually. That's why we occasionally have to add a leap second to our calendars. The last leap second added was on December 31st, 2016. But over the last few years, Earth's spin is slightly faster. Why? At the 19th annual meeting of the Asia-Oceania Geosciences Society this week, some scientists will present their ideas for why Earth may be speeding up. Earth's spin fluctuates. Earth spins once every 24 hours. This is why the sun appears to rise and set every day. In general, over long periods, Earth's spin is slowing. Every century, Earth takes a couple of milliseconds or so longer to complete one rotation, in parentheses, where 1 millisecond equals 0.001 seconds. Within this general pattern, however, the speed of Earth's spin fluctuates from one day to the next. The time Earth takes to complete one rotation goes up or down by a fraction of a millisecond. Length of day. Scientists who study Earth's rotation use the term length of day to talk about how slow or fast Earth is spinning. The length of day is the difference between the time it takes Earth to rotate on its axis, or 86,400 seconds, which is 24 hours. When the length of day is rising, Earth is spinning more slowly. When it is decreasing and becomes a negative number, Earth is spinning more quickly. Earth in a hurry. In recent years, Earth has been speeding up. In 2020, Time and Date reported that Earth had achieved its 28 shortest days since accurate daily measurements using atomic clocks began in the 1960s. The shortest day of all in 2020 was negative 1.47 milliseconds on July 19th. Earth continued to spin quickly in 2021, although the shortest day of the year in 2021 was fractionally longer than in 2020. Now in 2022, things have speeded up again. On June 29th, Earth set a new record for the shortest day of the atomic clock era, negative 1.59 milliseconds. Earth nearly beat its record again the following month, posting a length of day of negative 1.50 milliseconds on July 26th. New record, shortest day. The following chart shows how the length of the day has fluctuated in recent years. The data is provided by International Earth Rotation and Reference System Service, IERS, in parentheses. The narrow, jagged spikes in the chart are a result of the moon's monthly orbit around Earth. The longer, smoother waves with the shortest days coming in or around July each year are related to movements in Earth's atmosphere. So it shows you right here in this figure. About 2022 has seen the shortest day ever recorded since atomic clocks were invented. So why did we have a new shortest day? What is causing the current downward trend in the length of the shortest day? It could be related to processes in Earth's inner or outer layers, oceans, tides, or even climate. Scientists are not sure, and they struggle to make predictions about the length of day more than a year ahead, but there are tentative ideas. At this week's annual meeting of the Asia-Oceania Geosciences Society, Leonid Zotov, together with his colleagues Christian Biozuad and Nikolay Sidorenkov, will suggest the current decrease in the length of day could have some rotation to the Chandler wobble. Chandler wobble is the name given to a small irregular movement of Earth's geographical poles across the surface of the globe. Zotov told Time and Date. The normal amplitude of Chandler wobble is about 3 to 4 meters at Earth's surface, but from 2017 to 2020 it disappeared. Will we need a negative leap second? If Earth's fast rotation continues, it could lead to the introduction of the first ever negative leap second. This would be required to keep civil time, which is based on the super steady beat of atomic clocks, in step with solar time, which is based on the movement of the sun across the sky. A negative leap second would mean that our clocks skip 1 second, which could potentially create problems for IT systems. Will Earth keep speeding up? Will the length of day continue to decrease, or have we already reached the minimum? Nobody knows for sure, but we asked Dr. Zotov for his best guess. He said, I think that there's a 70% chance we're at the minimum and we won't need a negative leap second. Bottom line, Earth has been speeding up the past few years, resulting in our shortest day ever as measured by atomic clocks. Will we need to subtract a leap second? So as you can see, according to this article, you got scientists deciding if they should pretty much subtract a leap second. And it's really showing you from right there how the Lord is really speeding up time, and it's mostly for the elect's sake, and I'll bring out some scriptures right there from out, and hopefully you will let to be edified. So Matthew chapter 24, verse 22, it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Exactly. And pretty much like that goes to show you right there that the Most High is really shortening the days for the elect sake, because all he cares about is sealing the 144,000, and then the rest of the 1/3. That's all he cares about, saving the remnant. And pretty much like in his truth, the Lord is really doing us a favor. He's really shortening up time so he can save his men, because pretty much Yasharahla has been waiting. It's been already 2 days, that since he died on the cross, because a day with the Lord is 1,000 years, so it's like 2 days to him, so he's been waiting, according to Earth's time, he's been waiting for like about 2,000 years, and we're already pretty much on the second day, so he's supposed to be coming at any given point in time. We all know that Jacob's trouble has to happen first, and a whole bunch of tribulations, as it says in the verse 21, that great tribulation that which is going on, which pretty much like corresponds with the scripture of Daniel 12:1, that how this is going to be a time that has never been since it was a nation. So yeah, pretty much like when you see those times, like you already know the Lord is near, because Amos 5 says about like how the day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light, how dreadful it's going to be, and pretty much like we're already seeing the how this kingdom is already soon about to fall. All these rising inflation prices, rising gas prices, house markets or prices are rising up. Pretty much Esau is trying to speed up the Agenda 2030, trying to get everyone to eventually get to see HIP. That's what pretty much that's what's gonna happen very soon. And of course, once he start implementing that, you already know the Lord is like damn near already right there, about to come and deliver his people, his his remnant. So, and scripture says in Revelation chapter 3 verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. Exactly. So with the Lord coming quickly, we got to do everything to the best of our ability to stay in his truth and endure to the end, to make sure that no one takes our crown, because that crown that his men are going to receive, you know, is going to be, the crown of life, that incorruptible crown, you know, that same crown that, that's meant for the elect, that same crown that pretty much will be everlasting, and it's definitely going to be that same crown that it's not going to belong to anybody else but the elect themselves, and each member of the elect will get their own specific crown, yep, and their name written in the book of life, and that's a real blessing to have, and we know for a fact once the Most High, once he sends Yasharahla to come, like, and once Yasharahla delivers whoever that he needs to deliver, the remnant, and destroys this wicked ass world, we already know after that, like, once Esau gets into captivity, man, as well as these other heathens, time's gonna go by so slow. It's gonna go right with how it used to start, in the beginning. The time's gonna go by very slow, because the Most High is just speeding up time for our sakes. And when these heathens, when they get into captivity, time's gonna go by very slow for them. Yep. And the Most High not speeding up time for anyone, for any heathen in that time. But yeah, pretty much that's the article. That's all I wanted to get out in that video. I didn't want to make it too long. It's just showing you that, like scriptures say, that our salvation is nearer than we believe. Pretty much how time is speeding up. But with that, I hope I made the lesson edifying. I give all glory, praise, honor to Adonai Yahweh, B'Hashem Shalom, B'Hashem Kakadash, Tabanas, the Apostle, Elton, Millstone, peace, citation, hope for all that. Yabashim Shabbat Bakasha, Shalak Ram, Arawayam, Wako Yam, Wa Ababa, Shalom.